Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Operation Warthog, U.S. Global Command 6.4. Okay, first order of business is tech. Advanced logistics, advanced SLBM, advanced ASF, advanced sonar. Missed everything. That is very, very bad. The Americans not being able to secure advanced sonar is causing them beaucoup difficulties. Très beaucoup. All right. Global operations, diplomacy. Even though it's going to be opening a can of worms, I'm still up in the on whether or not the Americans should try to get a military pact with Egypt. They can try now because that's strange. They can try now because Suez is adjacent to a Soviet-controlled land zone, and we have a defense treaty with them. But if we do get the defense treaty with Egypt, Libya automatically signs a defense treaty with Warsaw Pact. And then Egypt is trying to fight a two-front war. I'm changing my mind. We're not going to do it. We're going to cancel that diplomacy role because there's too much downside for it to be able to happen right now. So cancel that. So now we're on to military aid and purchase. Okay, we're going to spend 10 to send NATO an attack bomber and a destroyer. Going to spend 6 to send Egypt next-gen MBT and a SAM. Yeah. And then for themselves, the Americans are spending 20 on a pair of next-gen MBTs and 2 attack choppers, and the remaining 11 on 2 MBTs and a SAM. Combat. I didn't completely lay the combat out because what I was going to do depended heavily on the outcome of the advanced sonar roll. Since they missed it, it pretty severely limits what I can do at sea. So what we are going to do there's going to be a surgical strike here in Tanzania. The fleet is going to launch an attack bomber in here. What do we got? The fleet sends an attack bomber in there. The B-52 from Diego Garcia comes over and shoots a pair of cruise missiles in there. There isn't anything that the Soviets can scramble. So attack bomber goes in, surgical strike. 2 cruise missiles go in into surgical strike. And I think we'll go ahead and have this SSN fire a cruise missile in there too. So the Americans have 6 cruise missiles available. So 3 of them are being shot into Tanzania. And an attack bomber is also going into strike. So 3 comes out of that, leaving 3. Then things in the Middle East just do not look good for the. No, they don't look good. They're way outnumbered. Let's see here. There is going to be an attack on Nicaragua to take that away from the Soviets as a way to possibly make trouble. So from Cuba, the amphib is picking up the 2 Marines from Cuba coming down for an amphibious assault. 1 airborne is taking off from the airbase there and coming in airborne assault. The air cav can go 1-2 to get in there in air assault. Then a fighter, attack bomber, and an attack chopper are coming along from the fleet to join the attack. And then from Panama, we have a pair of fighters and an A-10 and a B-52 is going to carpet bomb. One of the fighters will be flying SEAD, and that will negate the first strike of the defending SPAG. Okay, that'll be there. Then from the fleet here, the 2 battleships are going to go 1-2 over here to A-32. Where they are going to fire 4 Tomahawk missiles. They're going to fire 4 Tomahawk missiles into northwest Spain in a surgical strike here, where there's no SAM, so there's no missile defense. And 3 SSNs from A-24 are going to go 1-2 over here to A-32. And they are going to fire the remaining 3 cruise missiles into Portugal in a surgical strike. And that's it for combat movement. So we have 3 surgical strikes going on is what we're doing. So we'll do the one in Tanzania first. So we have 3 cruise missiles. 3 cruise missiles and an attack bomber. And this one has spy satellite, so that the attack bomber is at full value. Well, there's one hit by a cruise missile. So the Soviets lose 1 MBT. Okay, now we have the Tomahawks going into northwest Spain. There's no missile defense there. Four Tomahawks. And Tomahawks are at a 6, I believe. Let me make sure. Yep, Tomahawks attack at a 6. So there's 2 hits there. And we have PGM. So these are target select. So the 2 hits, we're going, well, they wouldn't have mattered. We're going to, well, yeah, it would have. We're going to kill the MBT and 1 field artillery. And then we're going to have 3 cruise missiles into Portugal where there is a SAM. But Warsaw Pact has not completed AMD, so they're only rolling at 2 for their missile defense. So we have 1 SAM with 3 shots at 2. Okay, nothing. They all miss. So here's the 3 cruise missiles with PGM, and they all miss. It didn't work out too good. Hang on just a second. Okay, non-combat movement. B-52 flies back to, oh, wait a minute. I'm not done yet. Nicaragua. Yeah, we got to do the fight for Nicaragua. I'm going to put it on the boards. Okay, here we are. The only first strike we have is nope, he loses his first strike. That's right, because of the seed. So the only first strike we have is field artillery. Now, they had a defense treaty, so when we declared war on Nicaragua, they went Soviet. So this field artillery is actually Soviet, and he is going to defend with chemical. Misses. Alright, they do have an attack chopper, so there's 3 fighters on air superiority. Wait a minute, no. One of them can't be because he did seed. He can do a mission, he just can't do air superiority mission. So we have 2 fighters on air superiority. And there's a hit. Air superiority hit, and that's a battle star. Air battle star for the Americans. Okay, now we have B-52 carpet bombing. There is 1 general hit there. All right, there's an airborne and a marine, both at 3. Nothing. There's a marine at 4 with close air support. There's another general hit. There is an air cav at 5 with close air support. Another general hit. A-10 at 5. That is land target select, because every hit by an A-10 is land target select. There we go. Now we have an attack chopper. Miss. Fighter. Miss. New dice. Shooter once new die. An attack bomber. There is another general hit. I believe that's enough to do the job. Okay, the Spag now gets to take its 3 shots. And it got 1 hit. 1 air hit for the defender. Okay, now we have a light infantry. Miss. Attack chopper. Miss. And that's all they've got. So yeah, there's six hits total there, so the defenders are wiped out. The Americans have to take 1 air hit, which they're going to take the hit on a fighter. That clears that off. All right, let me put things back. Okay. There's the capturing forces. I have the American roundel out here on the main map. Okay, so non-combat, the Navy Air flew back to the fleet. That's down there now. Okay, this SSN is going to go there. That SSN is going to go 1, 2, 3 down there to join him. These 3 destroyers are going over here with the battleships, along with this frigate. And one of the cruisers that had been there, 1, 2. Is also going over there with those guys. The Air Force Air that took off from Panama for the Nicaragua fight went 1, 2 to get there, and then 1, 2, 3, a total of 5 to land in southern United States. It's a B-52 fighter and A-10. Yeah. Let's see here. The Americans have 1 heavy airlift. They're going to use it to airlift this field artillery. No. They're going to use it to airlift this Spag from northeast United States over here to Macau. So that'll give them some extra air defense in Macau. UAE has 2 mechs and a field artillery. That are going to move over here to Eastern Saudi. The fighter is also going to move to Eastern Saudi. There, now you can see it better. Let's see. Down here in Cuba, we have a whole passel of airborne. So we are going to airlift one airborne from Cuba to Macau. And then the other airborne, what do we got here? 3. The other 3 airborne are going to sea lift from Cuba, 1, 2, 3, up here to Northeast United States. No, they aren't either. They're going to sea lift they're going to sea lift into Gulf states. We're going to put them in a major airbase. Yeah. Let me look at something real quick. Yeah. We're going to put them at the major airbase. I forgot to bring that ASW chopper down there with the carrier. And then there's another ASW chopper on that carrier that is going on, that should have been a combat move, going on patrol there in A37 with the 2 SSNs. This ASW chopper in A33 changes its patrol to A34. I think it's going to be it for non-combat. Yes. So now we are placing units. Sorry, little puppy got under my feet. No blood, no foul. Okay. 2 next-gen MBTs get built at Macau, along with 2 attack choppers. Then 2 MBTs. Oh, I can't do that. All right, we'll make an adjustment. 2 MBTs get built at UAE. And someplace else I can do it, is there? No. So the SAM that I mistakenly bought for UAE as well will get built over here at Northeast United States. Okay, now we deliver aid. We still have the open path coming around through here. So next gen MBT gets delivered through the minor shipyard. SAM gets delivered through the minor port. Those go into Suez. For NATO, since we have that path coming through the Med, the destroyer is going to be delivered to the minor shipyard here in M10 to augment them a little bit. The attack bomber for NATO will be airlifted into the major air base at Rhineland. All aid is delivered. Now we're collecting money. Oh yes, housekeeping. I made a mistake with the Soviets' bonus income. I didn't count them correctly. The rule says +1 for any zone that does not have an IPP value in the Caribbean, Africa, or the Mideast. So in Africa, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then in the Mideast, it would be 6, 7, 8, 9. Because I do believe Iran is part of the Mideast. So that was 9 total for that, which puts the Soviets at 63. Okay, now the Americans. Oh, I also forgot to mention, I gave the Americans their battle star for capturing Nicaragua and the air battle star for the air superiority victory. All right, now money. The Americans are at 52, and I don't think they have any bonuses at the moment. Let's see. No, the Americans do not have any bonuses at the moment, so they are at 52. There we go. 52. Ozark Outpost. Over and out.